Hey, you like the stock market? What a coincidence. So do I. In fact, this is my reoccurring Monday real life stock review where I look at stocks that you requested and go through the analysis and see what's shaping up. Let's dive in together right now. Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's Jeremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com, presented from Fernie, Canada in British Columbia. Hope you're all doing amazing. So I am traveling internationally and the market did not tank today. Although there still is 4 more days left, we will see. But realistically, the SPY actually looks relatively bullish today. I kind of like it. So you got this gap down, a little bit of a morning star-esque type of pattern, a little bit of an indecision candle here. So we'll see what brings, what happens tomorrow, the next day. But if we trade sideways a little bit, but pop higher and kind of break through this gap, it just makes sense that we slowly continue higher. Right now, the short-term trend looks bullish. Candles look bullish. Volume looks bullish. Weekly chart, here's the weekly. So obviously, you got that high wave candle from last week. And this week could just end up being an inside week for sure. We'll find out. And if it is, and we trade sideways and then we pop, then we most likely will just continue to go higher. And if we don't, I think it's a dip buying opportunity. Here's Apple, AAPL, and Apple today, so had a white candle gapping up. You'll notice we actually haven't hit the moving averages in a little bit. I would love to see Apple pull back down to like 158. I don't know if that's going to happen, probably not. But for my traders who keep a really close eye on Apple, here's the moving averages. So we're just hanging out right on the 50. And after a day like today, I really am kind of keeping my eyes out for a fun-filled day at some point this week. So for example, if Apple gapped up tomorrow on 171.50, that'd be a very strong gap. Or if it gapped down below 168.15, that would be a relatively decent gap as well. So realistically, just depending on today's candle, if we get a good gap outside of today's range sometime tomorrow, just on the broader markets, that really could be kind of nice. Here's Square. And Square had a decent gap up today. Took a day trade on Square today. Did lose on it. In fact, I did have a losing day. So I lost on Square for a bullish day trade. Also lost on CAR. Even though most traders capturing some frequent trader points today because a lot of day traders outplayed me on CAR today. So Jeff, congratulations. Jerry, Graham, Thomas Wong, Stephen King, Robert Falco, many others. So we got into this one bullish and a lot of traders just took some gains. This purple line was the 100 simple moving average on a daily chart. And yeah, just a few traders took some profits before this thing kind of crashed down a little bit lower. And a few traders also got in after it kind of rebounded. So after this came in, you got some sideways chop. Some traders kind of started hopping into here and slowly rode this up for a little bit of a gain. So that's nice to see on CAR. I love it when other traders do really well on a particular gap. Even if I lose, that's totally fine. And then here's NUVA. So NUVA, a bunch of white candles gapping up, hit the 100 and 200 simple moving average. Tried to fade it this morning and it did actually end up breaking higher. So loss on NUVA. So today was actually a 3-hour down day for the day trades. But from the weekly options newsletter, a lot of you might remember this one. This was the one that we set up during the free week. Bullish entry on Starbucks at 250 with the stop loss at 150. Got out at 450 today. That's a 2-hour gain on Starbucks. So bottom of the barrel, losing 3 hours on the day trades, making 2 hours on the swing trade from Starbucks, down 1 hour on the day, still at 11 hours for the month of February. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just all about losing small, winning big. Good trade on Starbucks. Very well done. Nicely played for those who got a chance to take that. AMD, so there's a few of us still in AMD, swing trade with an option as well. The highs of these two candles are the exact same, 23.28 and 23.28. Here's the hourly chart. In the hourly chart, you got this really nice high wave candle here the first hour of the day. Keeping a super close eye on AMD to break that high, hopefully sometime tomorrow. And then we'll kind of celebrate a little bit if AMD actually does slowly creep up a little bit higher. Blue Apron having a small pop today. Happy about this one. In a swing trade on Blue Apron, most likely going to take the stop up and increase that to about 110. And then if we can close above this candle, 31st of January candle the next few days, and I'll be pretty excited about that one also continuing higher. MKC, this is one that a lot of us got triggered into during the free week. Very happy to see that continue higher, and I think we're about to have another point away before we hit 2 R's on MKC. So that's really good to see that trading higher. But here's NIO. So we got triggered into NIO. Original stop was 690, increased it, and we'll see if NIO bounces. It may or may not, but if it doesn't and we get stopped out, my plan on NIO at that point in time will be to let it trade all the way down, just trap every single person and look to buy around 522. So we'll see if that's actually what happens on NIO or not. And another day trade that we're in is iClick, ICLK. Volume on this one, very, very low, very light, but I was playing it purely based on volume with this breakout over here and this little retest. So we did get filled on the 7th. We've increased our stop. I like these candles. So if ICLK starts popping, we can really expect this one, hopefully, to do a little bit of a surge monster and continue to creep higher, or at least that's my hope. Well, that's about it. Didn't have tons of requests for today's stock review, so feel free to get in those requests for Wednesday's real life stock review. And until then, remember, love life, and trade it. You rock. Bye.